What's up guys? Welcome to living in Northwestern Wisconsin. My name is Becca Fentress and this channel is going to be all about what it's like to live in Northwestern Wisconsin. Today's video is the top 5 pros and cons. I'm with Dan Realty Group. If you have any real estate needs, feel free to reach out to us. My number is 715-563-5938 or click the link in the description to bring you to our website. Let's get into it. So what are the pros of living in Northwestern Wisconsin? Starting off strong with number 1 is the natural beauty that Northwestern Wisconsin holds. Between lakes, rivers, just our fall foliage, everything in between. Wisconsin is so beautiful, especially more in the Northern Territory where you get into more rural areas and there's not as much of a population. In Northwestern Wisconsin, we also get a chance to experience all 4 seasons. So although we have a longer winter season, we have a beautiful, beautiful summer and also a beautiful fall and spring to go along with that. So you get to experience each of the 4 seasons during the year. Pro number 2 is a lower cost of living. So when living in Northwestern Wisconsin, we see lower house prices than the national average, lower rent prices, lower prices for groceries, dining, all of that kind of fun stuff. Because of the lower home prices, Northwestern Wisconsin is a very common area to buy a second home or a cabin or just another property for you and your family. So let me know if you guys are interested in purchasing a second property or a cabin or a lake home or something like that, and we can get you hooked up. Again, click that link below in the description or call me at 715-563-5938. Our third pro of living in Northwestern Wisconsin is all of the outdoor recreation and activities that you can do, whether you're a summer person, a winter person, or you're just an indoor person. There's so many activities that you can do between boating on the lake, going kayaking, hunting, fishing, even in the winter, snowshoeing, skiing, snowboarding, snowmobiling. There's so many types of activities for you to do here that the possibilities are endless. Especially if you love to be out in nature, this is the place for you. We also have an abundance of state parks and things like that that you can go and visit, especially towards the tip of Wisconsin when you get into that Superior area and things like that, along with ATV trails all around. A super common activity around here is ATVing or UTVing, and there's trails everywhere for you to go bar hopping, just go out and enjoy nature, things like that. Pro number 4 of living in Northwestern Wisconsin is just this quiet lifestyle and no traffic, little less pollution than bigger cities. That's because it's made up of rural towns, so there's no super large cities that are making up rural Northwestern Wisconsin. As you can see, I'm walking down the main drag of Spooner, Wisconsin right now, and it is quiet enough for me to make this video with little to no traffic and little to no super big noises or anything like that. So yeah, if you like a quiet lifestyle, Northwestern Wisconsin is definitely for you. Along with that, even if you do buy a property in town in Northwestern Wisconsin, you're still getting this secluded lifestyle. You might be by the main drag or convenient to grocery stores and gas stations and stuff, but because there's not a lot of traffic, because of the low population, you're not going to get a ton of traffic noise and anything except for that. The 5th pro of a long list of pros I could do for living in Northwestern Wisconsin is just the sense of community behind it. Because Northwestern Wisconsin consists of mostly small rural towns, communities are very tight-knit, very close together, and there's a very friendly environment. It's kind of that small town, everybody knows everybody type of vibe, so you just get to know everybody and everybody's so friendly, and that sort of thing. So if you like a tight-knit community and being friends with your neighbors and knowing everybody that drives past you, it's definitely for you. Now on to the cons of living in Northwestern Wisconsin. As I mentioned before, we get really harsh winters up here because we are one of the northernmost parts of the United States. So we get lots of snow, lots of snowstorms, blizzards, cold weather, ice storms, things like that. So if you're not built for the cold, this might not be for you. Another con about living in Northwestern Wisconsin is because it's made up of so many small and rural towns, there's limited to no public transportation available in these towns. That's mainly because everything that you need is usually on one main drag or one main road, so you can park somewhere and everything is within a walkable distance. But if you're outside of the city or even in the city, there is no public transportation available for you. Our third con about living in Northwestern Wisconsin is the distance to major cities. So there are major cities around you, but there's a large distance between them. For example, I'm in Spooner, Wisconsin right now. It's an hour and a half to Eau Claire, it's an hour to Duluth, it's 2 hours to the Twin Cities. So there's areas around you to go to. They're just pretty far away from you. And that means that there may not be a Target in your city or a Walmart or things like that that you may have to travel to a bigger city for. But if you're okay with the mom and pop shops and things like that, then you're set. The fourth con about Northwestern Wisconsin is there can be a limited job market. Because they're smaller towns, there are fewer opportunities for jobs and even businesses to have employees working for them. And because of that, there are more people going for fewer positions, increasing competition, which makes it a little bit harder to get a job. So think about the job market before moving up to Northwestern Wisconsin. Our fifth and final con about living in Northwestern Wisconsin today is the limited access to healthcare. Obviously, there are hospitals and doctors' offices in smaller towns, but for specific healthcare needs, that does mean you may need to travel further distances to satisfy your healthcare needs. Similar to the con about larger distances to major cities, you will have to travel larger distances to possibly satisfy some of your healthcare needs that may be a little bit more specific than just a regular healthcare checkup. As all regions do, Northwestern Wisconsin has many pros and cons about living here. This is just a small snippet of things I think that are important for you to consider before moving up here. If you guys have any questions or want to know more, leave a comment or give me a buzz at 715-563-5938 or follow the link in our description straight to our website to learn more about it. If you have any real estate needs or are considering moving up to Northwestern Wisconsin, feel free to reach out. We'd love to connect more with you and talk more about it. Again, I'm Becca Fentress with Dan Realty Group. This is Living in Northwestern Wisconsin. Thanks so much for coming along today, and thanks for watching.